I was on live before, but there was some things that I was saying that was kind of like too crazy, and there was like some type of comment that YouTube was being reviewed, like was reviewing because somebody was commenting things. So I'm just doing another live again. Um, so that picture that I uploaded, I don't know. I really like the style. As I said in my last short, like I see where I need to improve, like where I need to fix and stuff like that. But I really like the style. Like the style is really cute. Um, and how I need to improve it is not even gonna be that hard because the braids are a little bit thicker, and I feel like doing the braids small and then going into medium and then large, it takes more time. So it's time consuming. But if you do the braids big, um, it doesn't take that much time. So I woke up from my so I went to sleep like a little bit after 8:30. I want to say like after put my last short with you guys. And I posted some pictures in the community. I went to sleep and then I woke up like a little bit after 1, so it was like 1:20. And then I got like snacks to eat. I didn't eat a meal or anything. I didn't even drink my tea yet, which I should really drink a tea because um I'm still recovering from my sickness, and plus I got my family sick. So I got my mom, she's recovering. She was like sick for like 2 days. Like, she was like coughing, congested, runny eyes, all that. Ugh. So she was like that for like a day, and the next day she was coughing and she sounded congested. But she sounds a little better now. She's moving, she's doing her little thing. My youngest son, she was just coughing here and there. He wasn't congested. My oldest son, his asthma triggered, but it was just for like a day. Like he wasn't wheezing or anything, but he said he needed his albuterol, and then his nose was flared up. Like so if his nostrils been like this, it was like flared up. So that gave me an indication that something was going on with his bronchioles. Um, so last year I had cooked this New Year's Eve dinner, guys. That I want to do it again, but I won't do all the dish that I did. But I want to do it again, like to cook some of the stuff again. And the dish that I cook, it was thebomb.com. It was fire. Um, I had cooked Haitian macaroni pasta. It was cold. Sometimes I have Haitian macaroni and it's like hot, like it's oven baked. But this one was cold, and I cooked some barbecue chicken. I don't remember if it was in the stove top or if it was in the oven, but it was barbecue chicken, veggie melody, like the greens, a green melody with string beans, broccoli. I think it was kale in there. It was another veggie melody, and then I cooked some black beans and rice. Which was phenomenal. Everything together was phenomenal. A pasta by itself, the pasta salad by itself was the bomb, was fire. So I cooked that last year. Um, I think mentally, I wasn't. I was drained, but I wasn't as exhausted as I am right now to trying to keep a positive outlook on certain things. The reason I say exhausting because it gets overwhelming because of stuff that I have experienced, the stuff that I notice about myself. I'm like, oh my goodness, like try to look at the better, the on the better side. Like I keep finding things like I realize I don't have tolerance. Like today, this is like a perfect example. I woke up. I woke up a little bit after 1, so it was like 1:20, and then I went out got a snack. I didn't greet nobody. Um, I just got my snack. I just looked and I just left and went back to my room. And the polite thing to do to be the better person um you don't have to go to a whole elaborate conversation, but you can still be polite. So I just put it on that I need more rest. But within me, I just noticed a lot of things, and I'm just tired. Like I'm just like, ugh, I'm over it. So I'm just like, it is what it is. Whatever. If I want to talk to you, I'll talk to you. If I don't want to talk to you, I don't talk to you. Which it shouldn't be like that. And I have a guest, and that's not that's not how you're supposed to treat people. Even though the person, you know, is kind of like they give you this, like they give you that type of energy. You're just mirroring what they're doing, like you're just mirroring, and you shouldn't do that. You should be. I should not do that. I should not do that. And I see that I have been doing that. Like it started a few years ago, but it got worse this year. Like I give off what you give me. You give me this, I give you that. And sometimes, when I when I'm like literally spirit feel like I'm really prayed up, and I like when I say like spirit feel, I mean like I'm in my word, I'm praying, I'm worshiping, and I just like there's a beauty, there's a glow. Like I see the light, like I see their moments of just not doing what that person did. I'm polite. I will greet you. I will acknowledge you because I realize it's a better thing to do, but I get to the point that why am I doing all this and someone else know what to do as an adult and they still choose to do what they flash want to do. So I mirror it. And it's not good. That's not a good thing, no matter what the situation is. Because I learned that sometimes people are just like, they're having a bad day. And their bad day could become a worse day. But you don't want to be a part of that worst day. So I have seen so many things like that. Like working at Dollar General in the morning, people come in and they're basically like they're having a. There's people that will vent out to me, be like they're having a like they just tired. Basically, that's the word, quote unquote. I just want to sit down and cry. I'm just tired. I just want to sit down and be left alone and just cry. I'm just tired, and I understand where they're coming from. And before they even vent that to me, the way the way we were approached, it wasn't like that conversation was supposed to happen. A different type of conversation was supposed to happen because of how maybe the person's demeanor, the way the person, you know, is talking. It was just kind of a little bit rude. But I had to be like the person to think clearly, to be like, okay, what is going on? Or it could be vice versa. Um, there was one lady, she was just doing a lot of like hand gestures, like, huh, huh. But someone told me just to listen to what she was saying. She was like, okay, just put it here. It's okay. Put it here. And I'm like, are you alright? Are you okay? What's wrong? Like, I said, are you alright? Are you okay? She was like, and she just blur out. It's just my daughter. She just started talking to me, telling me personal things. And I'm like, oh my goodness. But at the end, I ended up giving her, like, I knew the Holy Ghost, God was just telling me to give this lady a hug. Tell her it's going to be alright. Because I knew, I felt the spirit of the Holy Ghost just fall on me. And I gave her a hug. And she was like, "Wow, oh my!" Like from what she said, I knew it wasn't me. I knew it was a divine intervention. Like God, God had His hand on it. It was God in between it. So, um, mm, mm, I'm just thinking, but I know it was all God. So, but if I didn't like listen, like I didn't take my time, ignore certain things, don't take things personally, and try to really understand the person, those those like there's different things that happen in the store that I know that God has His hand in this, and also like there's other things that happen as like, oh, I could have done better. The reason I'm mentioning that is that it's so important for you not to mirror the same energy as the other person is mirroring, because you just don't know what they're going through. Um, um, so I realized this year that I've been catching myself mirroring what is thrown at me, and sometimes it's not, no, so it's not the best. It's not the best decision. It's not the best reaction. It's not the best response. Because at the end of the day, yes, you can distance yourself, but have respect and love and grace to that person. Don't try to, like, make them feel like how they made you feel, because it's not worth it. At the end of the day, they're not gonna feel how you feel, because y'all different. Y'all two different people. So everybody's different. Nobody's the same. Everybody's unique. So there's no point. So that's one thing I don't like. I don't like. And um, so um, I noticed those things, and then um, it just gets me like in this like sad place, because um, I like I'm like I miss my home church so much. Just the environment, the atmosphere, like the atmosphere, the environment is just different. Something about it is just different. Like it's just something else, because I call a church a hospital. Everybody's in there for a treatment. Everybody's there for some type of um like deliverance, like what is there, facing what is there and getting rid of it. That stronghold, that yoke. So, and the fact that you went there, it's like that hunger. It's this. It's like I don't know how to explain it, but it's like a hunger that is there. Is a need for the person of God. Is the need to like to do better, to want more. It's like it's a hunger. I don't even know how to explain it, but I just miss that atmosphere so much, and I never really talked about it um, when I first relocated. But this year, I have been I've been vocalizing it more than I did the first year. And the only reason why I never mentioned it the first year when I relocated is because it would get me again to the sad state of mind where I'm like, if I cannot go there right now and I cannot, you know, be like, I'm just not physically there, why am I talking about this? Why am I causing myself to stay sad? So I would like talk about something else, think about something else, do something else, so I wouldn't have my mind focusing on it. So this year, I talked about it more. Um, but this year I was blessed enough to see my home pastor, um, because he came and visit his best friend that lives over here, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. Like guys, that was pretty cool. I haven't seen him for like a year, and some months. So when I seen him, I was like, I had joy in my heart. I had joy in my heart. So that was really good. That was really good to see him. So um, it was really good. So the first year I didn't talk about them a lot. I didn't see them, but this year I talked more than I did last year, and I was able to see my home church pastor. So that was pretty cool. Um, so the other thing that has been on my mind that I'm not like in that happy place to be like cooking a New Year's Eve dinner is that there's a lot of responsibility that I see that I have to take care of, and I don't know how to take care of it, how to manage it, like where to start. I don't know what to do. Like, but I'm just moving. Like I'm just pushing through. One of them was my car. I'm so grateful for my car. Like that car is a blessing car. How everything happened, how I got the car, how I was able to pay for my car is just only God. God had, softened hearts and had grace upon everyone that was involved, well, which was only two people, me and the person that was selling the car to me. So he helped us both with this transaction, and it was a blessing. Me by saying that my car has been like 1 minute it was start, guys, and the next minute it was just like I'm taking a break from you, and you don't know when it's gonna switch. Like you don't know. Oh, it sounds like me sometimes. I just don't know when my car's gonna be like, all right, I'm done. Like you got the most of me right now, so let's not deal with each other for like a week, you know. No, I think it's a charger. My phone's about to die. That's nothing. I wait until the last minute to charge my phone. Like, who does that? So yeah, so um, when that happens, it's like I don't know what to do with myself. Um, because the reason why I said that is because, and I learned not to let that situation, affect me how it affected me before. So, you know, I bring my kids to school, I go to work. Um, Anything that needs to be done I need a car. So, um, if I don't have a car, how am I gonna get those things done? So, when my car decides like to like what it did in the past, I'm in this mindset like, oh my goodness. Sometimes I would laugh, and I'm like, no, I'm not gonna let this affect me. And I try to see what other avenues that I need to take. And I also pray a prayer like I'm like, God, if it's time for me to let this car go, just let me know. So at the end of the day, I don't want to hold on to something and waste my time on something that is not meant for me right now or I don't need it. But also, I thought about it. I'm like, I live in an area. If you don't have a car, you can't get too far. You cannot get too far because there's no bus. The taxi runs a certain time. There's not a lot of taxi cabs. You have to make an appointment the day before to get like reliable transportation on time. Because if not, you wait 2 3 hours because everybody booked already, and that happened to me already. So I know I know what I'm saying. So and then there was a lot of things I need to maintain, like to to have my car be safe on the road. That it involves around financial matters, and I need tires, right? The cheapest is like $400, so $100 a piece for a tire. And I'm thinking about this. Like, how am I supposed to get all these things and I'm like, at this point, I get so sad, and I'm always like, I guess there's a lot, guys. There's a lot. So, and I'm thinking about all of this, and I'm thinking about this morning coming from work, and I'm like, and then mentally, I wasn't trying to focus on it, and my mind would not let me focus on it because I would get to this like I was still crying because I'm like, oh my goodness, why am I putting myself at risk? Like I'm, and there's so much more. I'm just trying to say a little bit of each piece, not like go in this like tangent about my car situation because it's really sad. So I'm just trying to make you guys understand why in this I'm not in this happiest place for me to cook this like New Year's Eve dinner that I did, that I usually do. So after that, I'm thinking about like how, I'm getting older and certain responsibilities that I have to take care of. It's kind of difficult to do it on my own. God is with me, um, and I believe He has His hand, and I know He has His hands on us, covering us, holding us in His palm of His hands. Also, I know that physically it's difficult to do it on my own, if that makes sense. So, um, and I talk to God, and I'm like, you know, certain things I like. It was like when I have, it's like one of these things like I don't. There's certain things I realized also this year. It was clear to me what to pray for and what that I to pray for things that I need. That is for me at this moment. This year has really like it was very profound to me about that particular subject because in the past I have prayed prayers of, you know, like so it was one time I prayed this prayer like I was like God, please send somebody like an individual like to send somebody my way like um and this was when I was like out of high school because I was by myself. I was like lonely, and then I'm being very personal right now. I was lonely, and then I was like, God, Jesus, like I would like to have a boyfriend and stuff like that, and I want a boyfriend and stuff. So there was this one particular guy from high school, and I liked him. I had a crush on him, and we went to prom and everything. But what happened at prom, I stopped having a crush on him. Like it just switched off. It was like a light. It just switched. I like it is possible for somebody to be night and day with an individual if they do something. So I'm gonna give you like a little bit of backstory of what happened before that prayer. So I went to prom with this person. When I went to prom with this person, I had a crush on them. They didn't know I had a crush on them, and until what happened. Um, I went to prom with them. We both were shy, both scared, both timid. Um, he he was oof, he had red hair, long red hair, and I love men with hair. Like I don't know something. It's like a I don't know. I think it's something like that I like. So I just imagine myself braiding his hair. That's what like I always like his hair. But funny thing, I never was able to braid his hair. But what happened next is that we did go to the prom, and it was a part of the prom that that kind of affected me. Um, we we ate dinner, and he kept on disappearing, and it was one moment like when it was about to when he was going to dance. I could not find this. Like I wasn't really looking for him because I didn't go to like I didn't go to like around the ballroom to look for him. But I was asking people that was close to me, like, did you see so and so? And they was like, no. and he disappeared for a long time. And I think it was the last dance. He just popped up, and I'm like, okay, where was he? And then I was like, okay, maybe he was hanging out with his friends. So after prom, we went sightseeing. We went to the pagoda. Me and a group, like a group of friends of his, we went sightseeing, and then after we went sightseeing, we went to midnight bowling. After we went midnight bowling, I went back home. So we had like a good night, but there was like one thing that was happening that one person didn't leave. One person came with a prom date, and one person came with no date, left with somebody else prom date, and then was just all over everybody. So and that person was around us, and then at the end it was like okay, um you know when we was playing bowling and we went to sightseeing, it was like all right, just give us some space at this time, you know. And then we did other things too, like he took me to where he worked at, and then just wanted to show his prom day and stuff like that at his job. It was pretty corny, but I understand the sentiment of it. So when I went home, this is when we still had MySpace. So it was like on a Friday. So that Saturday afternoon, we still had, remember MySpace. I go on MySpace and I see what he was doing. He was just basically entertaining another person, taking pictures with them, playing around. Like it was kind of weird and it was kind of embarrassing. So when I saw the pictures, I was like, "You were doing that at the dance? Like you left me to do all that?" Like I'm like, "What?" I was in shock. Like I was like, I was like, So at that moment, it just switched. And when it switched, we had our senior trip, and on our senior trip, in the beginning of the senior trip, he was like that one person he was entertaining, like his attention was for, was there, but at the end of the senior trip, he was like in despise, like he couldn't stand the person, and then he was venting to me why he couldn't stand the person, and I'm like, oh, so and then ever since that time, he just been like so close to me, and then but it was so easier for me to become his friend now because I didn't have a crush on him. I didn't like him. I was infatuating with him. It was no lust because I didn't know nothing about like that type of thing. Like I don't was now knowing what lust is, and you know I just know it wasn't lust. I really had a crush on like a high school kid crush on him. So um so um ever since that day, like we just became friends. Like I was in my mind, I was really his friend. Like it was no, like I didn't have a crush on him. Like I didn't get butterflies. Like I was like it was like normal. Like it was just like if I had to burp, I would burp. If I was talking about something that was TMI, I wouldn't like I would just talk. Like I wouldn't feel some type of way. Like I didn't have to like excuse me. No, I don't do that. It was none of that. So um and we became like close. So I had like a graduation party. He came. My family met him. We always walked to school together, walk home together, and what's it called? um there was different people that came to us like why we weren't a couple and stuff like that. And um he was like, I don't know, you ask her. And then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, you asked you when you went to prom with me. So prom was like the end of the year thing. So the end of the year, we really got like really really close from what we were before. And I eventually told him how I felt. I eventually told him about him being with somebody else when he was my prom date at prom, and then how you were just too, you was just too hot. Like you was just too like out of control. You didn't know who to like have loyalty towards. Like if you were the prom date, you know, if the prom date's kind of corny, you didn't like the vibe of the prom date. All right, I can understand that, but don't go leave the prom date for like how long and then just play around, take pictures, show them what you was doing when you wasn't near your prom date. And nobody would have thought that I was your prom date. They would have thought that girl, the other girl, was your prom date. And it was just so awkward and so weird. We went to our senior trip. At the end of the senior trip, told me what the person did to him and how he like don't like them. He's not cool with them. And then basically he really like at that time he really wanted to like get to know me more and basically just how would I say this? Like his eyes was open on me now. Like he find me like um interesting, if that makes sense. He had interest in me. So but the thing about it is before we went to prom, we were we were still walking to school, still um home and going to school walking together. We sat at the same lunch table. Um we talked on the phone. Like we were friends, like friends, getting to know each other. But I had a crush on him. He was he was basically pretty nice to me, and he hinted that he had a crush on me, but it wasn't like how it was after the girl did what she did to him. Uh, it was like he had options basically, and he chose he chose the like that option. And the fact that he chose that first, it just made me feel some type of way. Like I was like second, and I was the first. So, and I feel like we had like more of a how would you say this? Hmm. Like we knew a little each other a little bit more than that 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 problem that happened. I prom. So Um, he basically told me what the girl did. We went to senior trip. At the end of the senior trip, he's like, I feel like that day at the end of the trip, that's because he told me. I just remember the conversation. He was like, "Oh, you have been like, really kind, been talking, you like, you're not entertaining other people and you're like, you're this, you're that." And I realized that, we we like I know some things about you. I see how you are, and then he was just, as I said, the interest in him, the curiosity in me, he started to connect the dots together. But in my mind, I was like, nope, too late because what he did at prom. So we graduated. I had a graduation party. He came, but I had a summer job. Me and him was trying to like, hang out with each other. Like if I was working, he was because he had a job in high school. Like he was like he had a job in high school. He was going to school. He was in AP classes. He was this kid. He was cute, but he was smart. He had like a foundation like a man of age would need to have, and he had that in high school. So so, and I didn't know that, but I was attractive to. Maybe it is lust because I thought he was cute. Like the first thing that got me was his red hair, his long red hair. So maybe it was some type of lust. I don't know. But where was I going with this? I get so sidetracked. So we would hang out. Like if I had a church event, like I remember. Nope, I lied. Nope, no, not church event because that is when I started to entertain my son's father. So, um, so I don't even know why I'm mentioning this. I hope I remember why I'm mentioning this. But so he came to the graduation party. My whole family met him. My dad even asked me, was the guy my boyfriend? I told him no because that was the honest truth. Like he was legitimately my friend. If he had a crush on me at the time, he liked it me. Then that is him. I didn't like him. Like I didn't like him the way I liked him. I was really his friend. Like we were just cool. Like we were just cool. Um, before I got my summer job at the Boys and Girls Club, he used to go with me job hunting. We would go shopping together and stuff like that. So it wasn't like he was like he was legitimately a friend. Like we didn't do anything romantically besides go shopping together or go like we did go on a date, but we went on a date a year after. That's another story for another 5 minutes. But let me just finish with this one. So we end up we stay friends, but he liked it. Like I'm telling you, the reason why I know he liked me, because he ended up his his dad had a house. Or was his mom house? But he ended up buying the house. I'm telling you, this guy for a high school kid. Mm, if I'm telling you he bought a house, that should say a lot. So he bought the house. He rents out the rooms to his high school friends that had a job. They was making money and stuff like that. So he rented it out, and they said how he was. How my senior picture that was in the yearbook he crossed out, and he put a profanity on the name, and uh and his this girlfriend that he ended up going out with when I went to like college and stuff, she didn't like me for a point in time, and it was like after the fact, um um because what happened was after we graduated, and I guess my second semester in college, um, we were friends, but he liked me, and I told him I didn't like him like that anymore. But I remember I told you we were just like we would. If I had an off day, he had an off day. We would run errands together. If he needed to do something, I'll go with him. If I needed to do something, he would go with me. And we talk about stuff like I remember one time I vented to him that um twins, I love twins, and he was like how um like I said, it would be nice to have twins, and then he was like, oh, twins run in my family and stuff like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. And then the conversation that I was having with him, he was repeating it to his family. Then when his family met me, it was just like, I love this girl. I really like her. And then that really helped him just to feel more confident in him liking me, having a crush on me, and pursuing things with me. But I told him that I didn't see him like that. I told him, why YouTube is still reviewing this message? This message is held for review. If somebody is sending weird messages, they need to stop. Just a FYI, please do not send weird messages because YouTube is monitoring, and I'm not involved. I can't see what you wrote. And if you write something crazy, automatically it's gonna get hidden and I can't see it. I'm not interested. There's, I have nothing to do with that. Please, guys, stop because I'm getting those messages, and you're sending the messages. I'm not getting the messages, but I am getting a message that's saying this message is held for review. So please stop. Lies. Um, The fact that you just said that um proved that what I'm saying is true. But anyways, like I was saying, um, what was that? So so it gave him more of a confident and confirmation that he made the right choice because of the one person that did what they did to him, how they was entertaining somebody while they was entertaining him, and how he was, because when we went to the senior trip we went to, um Mr. Blah blah blah, thank you for coming in and commenting blah blah blah. I hope you have a nice day. God bless you, and let your blah 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 be. Let me see what rhymes with blah blah blah. Make it be a hey hey hey. You got the right one for today. Anyways, you're so funny. I was gonna say something. I forgot. So, uh, our senior trip happened when school finished, like when school was over, like um, and our graduation happened when school was finished as well. Uh, our prom happened while school still was in session, but it was about to be finished. So within those time period, and you see how I told you the guy was my prime date. I had a crush on him. We basically he made it like he well we was high school kids, so I can't hold it against him because we I guess we don't know at that moment to vocalize certain things. So I didn't as I said I never told him I had a crush on him, but the fact that that night I was your date for prom, that should have some type of significant when it came to somebody else coming in and just being overly touching and just very provocative. You should have like had your stand your grounds. But again, you were a high school student. You didn't even know what to do with yourself because you had someone throwing himself at you, and you had somebody that was your prom date. You had your boys. So just I'm just thinking about it in that type of aspect. I could understand why he did what he did on that night. But I did not forgive him. I was still hurt by it. When we went to our senior trip, at the end of the senior trip, he started to vent out to me, and I'm like, "Oh, now you see I'm a good person. Now you see you should have paid attention to me. Now you see that you like me. Now you see that you're interested in me. Now, okay." So in my head, that's how it was, and I was like, I at that time I didn't tell him how I truly felt, but I was there for him because he was hurt by what that girl did to him. So, um, after we ended up graduating, we became friends. I really wanted him to be my friend because um, that phase that I was going through, it went. So in this time, he's like, he was respecting like I believe I think I did tell him because I remember my dad asking me, "Is this my boyfriend?" I remember he did ask me because I'm telling you, my whole family from Georgia, Haiti, New York, Florida, everybody was there. Everybody was there from my dad's side, and my sisters so they really wanted to know because they never seen me entertain another person or had another I did have a friend. I hope he's doing good. God bless him. God had grace on him and God protect him. His name was Benaiah. He's been my friend since I moved to Pennsylvania when I was in high school. It was this kid named Benaiah. We were friends. We met at my summer job at Brooklyn Hospital. I don't know if it was his mom or his dad that worked at Brooklyn Hospital, but they had like this internship program where my dad worked at the Brooklyn Hospital, and it was like you could have your kid work at the hospital over the summer. So they had a summer program, and then when they had the summer program, um, that's how me and him met. And then ever since then, we exchanged number. We was like we were friends. Like we was long distance friends. We was never dating, but we was just talking. And my family always saying, "Oh, you talking to that banana guy?" Oh, but and I'm like, no, his name is Benaya. Like, that was the only male friend that I had. But my family never met him. They always spoken to him. They always talked to him on the phone. I talked to him. He told me how he met little mama, like the stuff that he was doing, stuff like that, his life. The reason why we disconnect is because every time it was the summertime, mm, I said I was gonna come to New York, which I did, but it was never a way for me to like hang out with him. But it was one year I told my dad about him. I told my dad like where I met him, who he is, his belief and stuff like that. Like when it comes to your dad, you have to give the in and outs, and even then is a possibility what you was not gonna happen, which it did happen. We didn't end up meeting up, and then but I was upset. Like we never talked again. We never talked again, and he was my friend in high school. He was my friend. So he was my friend, but I never liked him. Plus, he made it clear. I remember the first time he made it clear that he couldn't like somebody or be in a relationship with somebody if they didn't believe, if they wasn't in the same denomination like as him. I think he was. I don't know if he was Jehovah Witness, Seven Day Advantage, or it was another one. I don't know. I don't know what he was, but I'm just like a Christian. Like I have a relationship with Jesus Christ. I didn't. I wasn't. I think maybe when we was in New York, we were Baptist, and my dad was Baptist, and my mom was Pentecostal. I don't know. There's so many doctrines, but um, that was the only male friend that I had that was like I knew him from years. But when this guy, redhead, because I was about to say his name, when redhead came through, as I said, I had a crush on him. Crush went away. Then I became his friend. At a point in time, I did tell him how I felt, how he put me second. He picked me as a second choice, put me as a second option. So I was like, okay. Um, I was a little bit hurt by that, but I told him how I felt, and then he said, "Oh, he's sorry," and he said that he did tell me how he felt about the girl and stuff like that, but he see that he made a mistake. He should have chose me, and then I was like, "Oh, we could be friends. Like, we could work." I think maybe I just said we could work on it. Oh, but we could just be friends right now. But then again, we were really really close. Like over the summer before I went to college, and that one semester I was in college because as I said, if he had errands to do, I had errands to do. We would just meet up, or he would walk me to work, or well, no. I lied. He wouldn't walk me to work because I don't really think he knew where I work at. But we would just do stuff over the summer, and we would have like deep conversations when I talked about the twins and stuff, and he go say like talk to his family, me, and it was just a whole you know um ball game, but um the reason why I say he liked me, I knew he really really liked me because what his roommates said about me, and me catching up with him like a year, like it wasn't like a full year, but it was like a year in college. Um, I seen the yearbook picture, and I was like, oh my goodness, that's how he felt about me. But it was another thing about him. He always thought I had things were given to me, or I wasn't spoiled, but like he said, oh, you had this phone and you have this car, and but no, one time after I came from college, He thought I was gonna have like a big high end car. I'm like, no. I had like a Chrysler convertible, and it was like an old one. And when he seen it, he was like, oh. And I think he had like this mindset about me, and I'm like, it was kind of, it was off. It was weird, and that was never the case. That was never the case. I was spoiled. Never the case. Like like I worked, and the things that I had is because I worked. Like I had a job. I didn't always get an allowance, and then the allowance will go to bills. So it wasn't that I wasn't spoiled, but that's how he thought. Like his mindset was, and but I'm not trying to say things to shine a like negative light on him, but um I ended up telling him that how I felt, and he understood. He tried to explain himself, but it was already too late. The damage was done. But I think I had a role on him, thinking that it could pursue to somewhere because I was just so comfortable with him. Like I was really comfortable with him. Talked. It was no boundaries. It was like I just he was just close to me. He never became my best friend, but he was a friend. Um, because I didn't even know the meaning of best friends, and I did have a best friend. I did have somebody I call my best friend, but they live in New York, so and we was never really best friends. I wanted a friend so bad, but and I used to call everybody my best friend, my god sisters, and people was like, "Oh no, that's not your god sister. That's not your this. That's not your dad. Like, don't be claiming people." I'm like, anyways, but um, we go and I go to college, and then at the same time, my son's dad came in the picture. Um, and when he came to the picture, I felt like it was I don't know. It just at the moment it felt right. That's why I mentioned that. In the moment it felt right. And remember I told you I made a prayer. That's why I was mentioning that story. Oh my god. Ah! I be giving examples, and when I give examples, it becomes a topic. But I'm so happy that I was able to go back to the topic. But it's been like so long. I I could get somebody lost. But um when I was like over the summer, and I was sad and I was lonely, and I was like, oh, I want a boyfriend and stuff. And at the time, like I really like I was hurt by it, what my prom date did to me, but I think I in my mind I thought I forgave him, but I made that prayer, and it was just a distraction. I didn't heal from it. I didn't forgive. I didn't have the level of understanding. I'm like, as a high school student, who would have that level of understanding? Like it was a kid. He didn't know what to do. He had no self control. You know, you know. But I made that prayer, and that's when my son's dad came in the picture. We end up like he. It was lust. Tell you the truth, it was lust between us, and because it moved our relationship moved so fast before the relationship started. Um, before the relationship started, it was it was just, mm-mm. I was doing things that I had no business doing. Um, I, mm, I moved to different cities, different states with this guy. Drop out of college. Um, there's so much stuff happened. I don't think I'm ready to talk about certain things happened, but at the end, I had a kid, and um, at the time I was not financially ready for my child. I don't think nobody is financially ready, but I didn't have those foundations set in place. I didn't have the level of understanding that I have right now and the growth that I want to have. I did not have that back then. I had to learn a lot of things very fast. Um, you know, um, what's the other thing? I had to, basically become a mom when I was supposed to be a student, you know, and, just experiencing life in a positive way. So there's a lot of things that my child at a young age missed out because I was learning. I didn't know what to do. Nobody had, like, you could give advice and tips, but nobody truly knows what to do when you're becoming a mom. You could have people that encourage you. You could have a support team, you know. But in my position, long story short, I prayed a prayer first for for a significant other at the moment, and I was not ready for that. I didn't know no better. I didn't know what to look for, what to choose, and I feel like I did that. I asked God to bless me with that because I wanted to get over um my prom date and just be a distraction. Because in my mind, I really did not want anything to do with the person. But when I think about it, it was just I wanted something like something physical to help me with that decision, if that makes sense. But but a lot of things within that relationship was a hot mess, guys. Like who? That's a story for another day. So um, and as I said, that relationship moved so fast. Remember, I told you I went to campus and it was like 2 semesters, and I met up with my prom date. And what happened was, um, within the ending of my first semester, that's when me and my son's dad we became well physically we was in a relationship, but it was never a respect there that says that he had a significant other that wasn't in the same city with him at the moment. Um, um, there was things that happened within that time that I'm not ready to disclose. Like I never thought I was hurt by it, but I am a little bit. But within my second semester, we broken up, and then I came back home. And when I came back home, I think that's how it was. I think I'm came. Well, I'm gonna tell you what happened. So I came back home. That's when I found out about my prom date didn't like me and stuff like that. He hated me from what his roommates used to say. And then we did catch up a little bit. We did catch up, and then after that we went our separate ways again. And I went back. I went back like me and my son's father went back together, and then we broke up again. And it was for some good reasons, guys. For some good reasons. We all kids playing an adult game. Just put that in mind. So we broke up again, and then at this time I completely dropped out of college. Didn't have no direction. I had a job. When I had a job, um, you know, we my son's dad doing his thing, and I met this one guy, um, and then my son's dad was still trying to like talk to me and stuff like that, and I would talk to him like keep it short. I was still upset with him because of what happened, but I wasn't like you know like how would I say that? I wasn't like I still love you. I want to be with you. No, I was hurt. I was hurt, but I was still like you call like on the 20th time. I'm like what? So it wasn't like I was like in the like I was entertaining conversation over and over with him. But I met a guy, and then that's when I was traveling to New York. I decided I wanted to be in performing arts. I wanted to be an actress. I wanted to be an actress, and when I decided that, and then I was going back and forth to New York, to Pennsylvania, and stuff like that. And then me and the guy, we kind of like try to, have a relationship, and then my butt moved fast again, and it was like a lot of headaches. It was a lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. A lot of headaches. So, but I wasn't ready. Like I was just, oh my goodness, I was just all over the place. Like in like, how would I say? Like, I was impulsive. Let's not say all over the place. I was very impulsive, and I would just make decisions as I go. That's why I said I don't like going with the flow. That's not a good decision for me. So, I ended up. So as I said, I was traveling back and forth to New York, and then I was dating this guy. Then we ended up moving in together. Woo! We ended up moving in together. When we ended up moving in together, I again, I I am doing things that I'm not ready for, and there was things that was happening. I didn't know like how to forgive. I didn't know how to like understand that everybody's learning and growing, and I would be in my feelings, and I would end the relationship or whatever. And then um we so so I go back home, and then when I go back home, um like I'm making decisions as I go, which is like the worst. And then he like the guy I was with, like he was just basically like, yeah, whatever. But he was hurt too. Like I don't know why I do that. Like, and I meet people that does that sometimes. Like you know how you truly feel, but you want to have a hard interior because you don't want to get hurt again, or you don't want to let the other person know that you like a little a baby inside, and you try to act tough. I don't know why I do that sometimes. But when we broke up, I ended up going back out with my son's father, and then that's when I started to travel different states. Oh my god. And we never worked on what was going on between us. Like I forgave him. I was with him, and I knew I loved him, but it was never like a healing. Like we got therapy or on what was going on. Like I didn't even think we needed anything like that, but we did because we ended up having a child together. But we ended up, oh my goodness, we ended up breaking up before I had my son. There's a lot that went on, um, life and death situations. So I came back to Pennsylvania, I was out of state. And then um, after that, uh, after leaving um, where I was, um, and these things is my fault because I basically did things I was very impulsive and I was looking for something, searching. And I wasn't really fond of rooting myself in, like, in Jesus and just focusing on the relationship between me and God and just like longing that attention from God. Like, whatever I wasn't doing that. But I wanted something to, like, I don't know how to explain it, but so I ended up coming back. I had my child, basically, like, no, the dad is not present, and um, it was like I remember when I was coming back from Louisiana, and I was crying. I was on the plane crying, like I couldn't stop crying. I could not stop crying. I was just crying, crying, crying. And then there was a lady, a random lady that got Jesus, please bless that lady that hugged me. I was there. She holding me like a baby. That lady held me like I was her daughter, like I was her newborn child. I don't even. She held me as I was crying on the plane. A complete stranger was holding me, and I was just crying, bawling my eyes out, and and that was within a year. That was within a year. Like, so much happened. So much happened. So, and I was just like on the plane, just bawling my eyes out, just crying, 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 crying. And she said, "It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be okay." And she clearly seen I was pregnant too, so she could just imagine. So, um, I ended up getting back home to my home family because at the moment, that's what I wanted. Um, I ended up having my second child, and then um, my prom date came in the picture. We end up. I don't know how. Like, I don't know how. I don't know I don't know how we end up talking again. How I end up seeing him. I don't know. I don't remember how it happened. But when I came back, I started to go to church. Like, I started to take my relationship with God very seriously. Um, when I came back from Louisiana, I went to this church service one night. I got deliverance. That deliverance was powerful. Like, I could tell you about that. I went to church. There was praying, and before my first lady became the first lady, she what did that matter? Why did I have to say that? So my first lady came to me, and then she was like, she just said she was gonna pray with me, whatever. So she laid her hands, I think it was on my head, and every guys, while she was praying with me, everything that I went through with my son's father was being projected in front of me, but while it was being projected, it was like a beam of white light being pulled out my chest, like as she was praying for me. Um, like everything that I went through, like as I said, it was like a life and death situation, and God was just delivering me using her. and I was just getting deliverance. And those thoughts, those painful memories, um, was just being pulled out my chest. But I was seeing what was being pulled out, and it was just showing every traumatic events that I put myself in. God was just taking it away, and I experienced that like 2 or 3 times. Wait, 2 or 3 times in my life. That white beam of light. One when I was a child. It was a prayer service, and I was so naughty. And I'm gonna tell you why I was naughty. My mom would have people come in that would travel, would come to the house, family or friends. They would bring these cases of rum or liquor, and my naughty behind would go under the bed and drink it. So I had a behavioral problem, but nobody knew what was wrong with me. I was drunk. I can't believe I'm confessing this. I was drunk. I was drunk. I was drinking this rum, and I'm like drinking this thing, like just goggling it down. And for some reason, it tasted good to me. So I go to school. My mom said I will be falling. I will be walking to school and I will be falling out of nowhere because I was drunk. So we go into this prayer because my mom at this point, my mom is like, you could just imagine the mom. She's just like with a naughty child. She's like she needs prayer. Like people's praying, concentrating on me, in interceding for me, and I'm here and I'm laying down, and I didn't know I was drunk. I didn't even know what it was I was drinking. I knew it had a burnt sensation and it tastes good and it was different. But it was when I got older I realized my butt was drunk. So they're praying for me, and I'm laying down on the couch where they had the prayer lock in, and I'm like, God, I want to be a better person, Lord. I want to be a good child. I don't want to misbehave in school. I want to do good in school. So as I'm thinking this and I'm praying, it was like this beam of white light that's just got over me, and I was frozen. It was like a light over me, and then I was just like, I was trying to call for help, but I couldn't. I was on trying to say, I was like, do y'all see that? It was like so bright, 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 bright. It was right on me, and that happened to me when I was a child. And I couldn't talk. I was just trying to I was just frozen there. It was just something just over me. And ever since that experience, my behavior changed. My behavior changed. It took years for me to learn how to read. I learned how to read in 5th grade. I didn't know how to read. I didn't know how to talk clearly. I was just a hot mess. But as I from that experience, I started to improve. I I didn't like I was still having bad days where I struggled with my behavior and struggled academically, but there was an improvement every single year to the point, you know, there was no more phone calls of misbehaving. It was just academically. They were concerned. I couldn't read. I wasn't at the reading level I was supposed to be. I was good at math. I was improving in math in a faster rate compared to reading literacy. So that was one experience. The second experience was when I had my first son. I wanted to go. I was in school. I was in BTI. I was at RAC. I was for both schools. I was studying medical assistant, and I was studying to get my certification in nursing assistant. And I didn't have no one to watch my son. I would have someone watch my son, and all of a sudden they can't do it. Or the money, I didn't. At first, it was the money issue, but then I was able to get a grant, and then I was able to have money, and I was working. I was able to have money to take care of the child care needs. And every time I ask somebody to watch my kid, they do it the first time, they can't do it over. There will be the trusting issue thing, or they'll watch my kid, and then all of a sudden they just disappear. They ghost me, and I couldn't understand why I couldn't go, like I couldn't finish something that was like going to help, my family, is gonna help my kid, is gonna help me. I could understand that. Then I decided to like send my kid to New York with my mom, and then it was just like I was so sad. I was so sad that my child was in New York, and then I was like, I was just like, I was heartbroken. So I started to read the Bible. That as I'm reading the Bible, that same halo light, like that bright light, like it was like a heat, a light. It was like somebody physically came, sat next to me, and was hugging me. Like I'm not lying to you guys. Like somebody came to me and just started hugging me, and I'm like, wow. And those experiences, no one can take it away from me. Like it happened. I'm not making this up. It's like it's like a supernatural thing that happened. You know, thank you Jesus for that. And I remember feeling that hug, and then I was like, wow. Like I was, it was like a good hug. It was like a good hug, and I was really 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 sad. Like, but after that, I wasn't like I wasn't sad like that anymore. And I ended up finishing RAC for my nursing assistant. Um, so when I went to the church and I got deliverance, I knew it was all God, and I knew at that time, you know, at that time that's when my relationship with Jesus Christ became stronger. Like it was building. It has been building ever since that time. So, um, so when I met up with ooh, I was about to say his name, but when I met up with Redhead again, I already had my first son. I ended up inviting him to church, and he wanted to come to church. He was so amped up. Well, something happened. I wanted to tell him in person that I had a child, but somebody else told him before I could. And he was in disbelief. His heart was broken. He could not imagine someone that, if they said in high school this person would have a child at that time, in that short amount of time, that he wasn't talking to, he was like, nah, that's not true. Because there's like this vision he had of me. So when I so I invited him to church. I didn't have a car yet, and I invited him to church. And then when I met him, when the person that went to go pick him up for me brought him to the church, he we when we I don't know if it was through Facebook we started to talk, like not talk, like it was just like, oh, how you been, so and so and this, well, are you doing something? We have a youth event or something like that. I want you to come through and stuff like that, because we were just catching up. So within the catching up, I invited him to a youth service that we was having, or just like a youth service. It wasn't a youth service, but it was for young people. What? That didn't make sense. They were just having this service that wasn't on a Sunday. It was like on like a Saturday or Friday night. It was like a fun thing. Like I don't know what it was. I forgot. It was like you play games, you eat and stuff like that. But so we never met up after I had my child, but it was a catching up on Facebook. But I had invited him to the service, and he was like, "Okay, you wanted to come." He was very happy and stuff like that. But I never told him, because I in my head I wanted to tell him in person, which maybe I should have told him. I should have told him when I was catching up and stuff like that. Um, when he saw me, he had this look of despair. He was just like, he was upset, but he was sad, disappointed, just like all these emotion. It was in his face. And then the lady told me, if you see he act a certain way, this is what happened. I told him he had a child in the car, and I thought he knew, but he didn't know. Um, so this just she was just say heads up. I'm like, you told him. I was like, I wanted to tell him in person. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. So we end up, so he looked really sad, but then he would still talk to me because he always wanted to have a relationship with me, but he couldn't get past me having, like, he couldn't get past the fact that I went to college, was supposed to be in college, but instead of being in college, I ended up having a kid, and I was in my predicament that that he seen me in. So we went out on one date, and he told me this after the date. No, he told me that during the date. So we ended up going to a date, and then he told me what he told me. I'm not sure where we went. I don't think we went out to eat. I don't know what we did, but um, after that date, we never spoke again. Never, never, never spoke again. And that date didn't happen. Wait, no, I lied. So the date happened, and then a few weeks went by. We stopped talking. We we ended up talking again. Like we stopped. Like something. They just went silent. It was like we both ghosted. It wasn't like ghosting. It was just we had nothing in common anymore. We had nothing like okay. He didn't have a kid yet. I had a kid. Um, he was like he knew what he wanted for his future. I was just trying to figure out how to maintain the presence, if that makes sense. So, um, when we just stopped talking and we ended up talking again, after that interaction, we never talked again. We never talked again. Um, we never talked again. It was just like I don't know. I think it just hit both of us like we both missed the chance. When I was supposed to speak up, I didn't speak up. When he was supposed to speak up, he didn't speak up. So when we were willing to to whatever was supposed to happen at that time, let it happen. When we both spoke up, it was just not fitting. It was just not fitting, especially now me having a kid. It was just like, yeah. And he had his head on his shoulders. Like he knew what he wanted. He knew, like, as I told you in the beginning of the story, he was in high school. He had a job. He was going to school. He was brilliant. And then after graduating high school, he ended up buying, I think it was either his dad or his mom house. And his dad and his mom house had multiple rooms where he had people living in paying rent if they wanted to. Like I think it was one of his friends that didn't have to pay for rent because it was his best friends, but the rest he was making them pay rent. So if a kid from high school is able to buy a house, and his family wasn't the type of family just to give him stuff. His dad owned a franchise right in the city that we went to high school in, and his dad was having him work in that store. So yes, you're my son, but nothing free come to you. This is my money. You make your own money. That's how it was. And so when I told you this kid was able to buy a house after he got out of high school and still was like he didn't have responsibility, but he was living comfortably. Like the only responsibility he had, like maybe maintaining the bills. He never struggled with that because he had like an example. His dad, that was like basically he knew what to do. He knew how to like manage things and stuff like that. And his dad was the type of person, if a job opportunity came up and the job well, so what happened was The franchise that they own in my hometown city, they end up moving to another state. Guess what his dad did? And he was going to get a higher position. His dad moved to another state. His dad moved to another state. And they they at the moment, as an adult now, I'm like, wow, these people are doing things that people my age right now is like, that's like success. That's like you're progressing in life, and he was doing that in high school. Um, so why am I saying all of this? I don't remember why am I saying all this, but um, okay, so our 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 lifestyle, what we had at the moment wasn't meeting each other. Like we wasn't a match for each other. I don't think we ever were because things just didn't work out. Like things was just like, eh. But back to the main reason why I repeated all these stories is because I asked God for something that I wasn't ready for. I didn't know how to maintain. I didn't know what to do with it. I was just not mature enough. I wasn't the like what I needed for that blessing to happen. It wasn't there. It wasn't even a blessing. God was just giving me something that I asked for. So, um, this year, wow, this year I realized it's so important to ask God to like what you need, what's gonna help you to become a better version of you, to fulfill your purpose, to know your purpose, how to find your purpose. And the other thing is not to be lazy, because I got books and stuff that talks about finding your purpose, knowing your purpose. I will start, and guys, I haven't touched the books in months, which is I'm really disappointed in myself when it comes to that. But back to what I was saying, this year made me realize why I should really ask God like what I need for this moment, for this season, and I don't want to waste my time. Because the other day I was listening to a sermon, guys. The sermon was talking about wasting your time, and everything I just said corresponds to the sermon that I listened to. He was like, "You here, 19, 20 years old, when your butt's supposed to be in college or be doing something that's gonna be a betterment for you, your family, the kingdom of God, and your community. You are here wasting your time on someone or something that you're not supposed to be even entertaining in your life, or matter of fact, in the season. So you're here having a child before your season that you were supposed to have a child. You, we all know nobody's really, like, how would you say, like, you always perfectly ready to have a child. No, but no, there's always a learning curve. There's always a lesson. But when you were supposed to go to school, you didn't go to school. That's when you have a kid. You're trying to go to school. You're trying to work. Trying to build, have a business, all of that. But there was seasons for all of that, and those seasons never. Those doors that are open now, they're not going to be. They're not going to be the same doors that are going to be open in the future. So that opportunity that you need to take, you take it, and stop wasting on your time on things that you shouldn't be wasting your time on. And he was preaching that, and I'm like, wait, like that is, oh my goodness. So he was like, I understand that situation would happen. You come from another country, and then you know that certain opportunities you didn't have. Now you have it. I understand that. But for my youths, for my young people, stop wasting your time. Stop it. And he was just like, he was just going in, going in. I'm like, oh my goodness. I know I'm not like 20, 21, 25, or whatever, but I'm young. So, and when I listened to that sermon, it really, really gave me, really, really gave me that confirmation on, um, the kids are fighting. I'm sorry. Hold on. Hold on. Okay. Um, I had to take care of some parental responsibility. I'm gonna what's it called? I was at work yesterday. I had to work from 3 in the afternoon yesterday to 7 in the morning today, and then um I couldn't go home because I kind of work far from my house, and the things I was hearing that my kids were doing, how they were talking to their dad, it was just like um I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Like, I don't want my kids to like think it's okay to do that, and also I don't want my kids to continue to do that. And they know better. I always talk to them. I always told them, like, there's certain things you don't do. You just don't disrespect adults. You just don't do like whatever you feel like doing. You have to listen. You have to follow the rules. When I was at work, something happened, and I was upset. But when I was upset, my kids were upset. But my youngest son, he was like raising his voice as his dad was telling me what was going on, what he was doing, stuff like that. And I'm like, wait, hold up, stop. And I'm thinking about this. I'm like, I have to realize, yes, I'm upset, but how am I responding to this? I don't want my child to think it's okay to respond to an adult or authority like that. So I had to calm down, and I told my son not to disrespect adults and listen. And um and my kids, like, they know, like, there's things I talk to them about. I'm like, okay, this is okay to do, this is not okay to do. I talk to them so they know better. They can't blame anybody but themselves on certain situations. And, if it's something that they don't know, they repeat, yes, they'll be reprimanded to the point is like, okay, what you said, that's not okay, that's disappointment. But you have grace right now because you didn't know what it was. But your grace is, if you don't know something, don't repeat it. If you want to know what it is, ask me and I would tell you. It doesn't matter what it is, I will still tell you. So, backdrop. It doesn't matter what it is. But if it's something that he sees or is like being portrayed in school, whatever, he doesn't know what it is. Don't repeat the thing. So, I was as I was on a live with you guys, talking to you guys, I hear my kids downstairs just raising their voice, fighting over the remote, and my son's dad is basically telling them separate and stop hitting, and it's my youngest son that's hitting, but my oldest son is like like, you hear him. You hear the vibrato, the bass in his voice. I'm like, whoa. And you could hear a little bit as I'm upstairs. I know y'all could hear some of it. I'm upstairs hearing this, and I'm like, yo, I really need to go take care of this because I felt like that yesterday on the phone. And the fact that I wasn't home, and sometimes when I'm home, I'm not always with them. Like, I'm not under them. So that's another thing too. The fact that they was doing all of that and I was at work and I couldn't talk to them, like, let them understand that what you're doing is not okay. It just made me feel some type of way. And I felt like I was um like my it's like it's like almost like somebody was outside looking in. They would think I don't discipline my kids and my kids are just doing whatever they want. That is not the truth. It's not the truth at all, because my children, they like certain things I tell them. It's some things I tell them, this is a big no. We don't tolerate this. So when it comes to authority, don't be disrespectful. Don't be disrespectful. Don't hit. Not everybody has that tolerance of not hitting back. Some people are like, okay, you lose your mind to hit me, I'm gonna hit you back. So my youngest son, he hits his older brother, and I'm telling him not to hit. And the fact that I'm hearing his dad saying separate, and he is like, okay, we're gonna have an hour this, hour that on TV. I'm like, you know what? No more TV. I'm done. I never really wanted to be that type of parent, be like, okay, no more TV, TV shirt off. But I really disliked it as a child when it was done to me. Like, I was actually doing the work watching TV, but my mom would still turn it off. Like we start watching something, she would just turn it off. So I never really liked that. So I had never done it to my kids. Like if they was watching a movie, I let them watch the movie. And like if there was an appropriate movie, like some things they say is for kids, it's not for kids. It's not for kids. And it could be a Disney movie or something like that. And I'm like, no. And I told them to switch it, turn it off. Or if it was like a YouTube thing and it's like Sonic or some type of cartoon that's literally meant for kids, they somehow, some way they taint it or they have like subliminal things in it. And I'm like, whoa, this is. I'm like, switch it off. So anything that comes, like if I'm around and the TV's on and I hear it, turn it off. When their dad comes to visit them and he hears it, he's like, okay, turn it off. Because at the end of the day, it's not okay. It's not okay. So um I just feel like we've been like during the week they don't watch TV. The TV's not on. During the break, if it's a week, yes, they could watch TV, but I'm like there have to be a balance. You got so much things in the house to do. You got toys, you got coloring books, you got sketch stuff because they are artists, growing artists, upcoming artists. They they're doing basketball, so if they're gonna watch something, I rather them watching something constructive when it comes to like improving in the skills that they have or they're developing. Watching other content creators that are just so crazy, I'm like, no more. I'm just fed up with it. I'm just tired of it because at the end of the day, um, it's too much bickering, too much. Oh, you have the remote first. Oh, I wanted to do this. Oh, I wanted to do that. It's just too much, and I'm like, you know what? Like I could give an example. I don't know. I'm not trying to be a mean parent. I'm not trying to be like, you know, one of those strict parents because I don't think I am, but maybe I am. But it was an iPad that I bought years ago. And my rule was when we're traveling, my children would have the iPad. So before we moved here, um, we would travel. If it was a Ohio, New York, um, Missouri, anywhere we would travel to New Jersey, we would take the iPad. But if we wasn't traveling, the iPad, it was no reason to have the iPad. The iPad had internet on it, self internet, so it didn't need like a portable router. It didn't need nothing like that because it was like a service I was paying for already. But when we moved here, it was just so sad. And my kids, like, I didn't have a TV yet, and my kids, like, there was just, you know, I wanted to, like, do something that they like enjoy doing and it would put a smile on their face. So, there was like, some content creators that I approve of. They was watch some movies like Paw Patrol or a Sonic movie, and or they would just, you know, find something to do on the iPad, play a game, or I downloaded Ryan on there. Like I download different things for them. This is before, like this is after them having several tablets, that they broke. And I just remember all the games that they had in their old tablet. And then I'm like, okay, I could put it on there so we could use it. So when we got here, I let them use it. But last year, well, not last year, but in the beginning of the year, they had the iPad. They constantly was on the iPad on the weekends and on vacation. And mind you, we would be on vacation back home. We wouldn't use the iPad. We only use it for traveling. Ever since I broke that rule, the iPad ended up having one scratch. No, the iPad been was thrown out the car, not by my kids, by somebody else. Then it had scuff marks around the iPad, not on the screen. Then after that, it was a crack on the iPad, a crack on the iPad. And mind you, I'm not working in like a job that pays me so much that I have money to repair silly mistakes. like a silly mistakes. I don't have a job that does that. So me seeing the crack, I was like, oh my goodness, how am I gonna pay for this? Because there's places you could go to fix cracks on screens. So I go, I go, and then I'm like, okay, we're not gonna be on the iPad. Then guess what I go do? I felt, oh, okay, the kids asked for iPad. They were behaving. They was doing this. They was doing, they're being good kids or whatever. I gave them the iPad, and sometimes sometimes one of the kids friends with each other. So I give them the iPad to call the kid, or wait for the kid to call them. Sometimes it doesn't happen, but they still have the iPad. Or they know some kids here. Well, one kid here that they could talk to and play Roblox with and stuff like that. And so they get the iPad. But in the meantime, they're on YouTube, and they playing games on it, and then they're always fighting over the iPad. Tell me why it comes back with multiple, not one, but multiple cracks. I was livid. And I'm more livid with myself because I'm like, why am I not being like I'm not like the way I was before. And I don't know if because, I'm sad, they're sad, and I was just trying to I don't know what, but I was just like really hard on myself because I'm like, if I had not given the iPad the way I was given the iPad and just broke the rule, certain cracks and stuff like that wouldn't happen. Excuse me, guys, that was gross. But I just took the iPad. I was like, no more. Because, mind you, it was a crack, one crack, okay. Then I go give the iPad again. And then now, there's, oh my goodness. And it's in the same side. So, oh, God. And I don't have extra money for me to go repair right now. And I don't know anybody that could repair for like, you know, for like a, like not for like less than $50. You could find somebody where I used to live that could repair and do a good job less than $50. But around here is a couple of hundreds. So I was just so disappointed. So disappointed. So in my rules, it's still the same. Like no TV during the week, no electronics during the week, unless you're doing your homework on the iPad. Because both of my kids' school gives them iPads, but one of them takes it home every day and it has homework assignments or whatever on it. But my thing is like during the week, like sometimes I will let him play the game, and then or right before he sleep, he's watching like a video on his iPad. But I wasn't like that before. I was like, okay, 8 o'clock, no electron, no wait, 8 o'clock you need to go to bed. But before 8 o'clock, you're doing your homework, reading a book, doing something, but you're not on electronics. Now it's not like that. It's like they're not watching TV, but they're playing their video games. And when I catch them, I'm like, okay, put it away. But I'm not like, put it away now and wait for them to put it away and make sure it stays away. So after hearing them arguing downstairs, I'm just like, oh no, this is like, when I was at work and I heard them on the phone, how they were talking, well, how they were just expressing themselves. I'm like, wait, hold up, who's these child? Who are these child's parents? Where's the mom? Like, I'm like, why are they acting like that? And I stood there, listened to how they were talking. I'm like, oh no, this is not good. I'm like, this is not okay. So I basically was like, at that point on the phone, I'm like, okay, I need to do better. Like, I really honestly need to do better than what I was because, they're just like, I don't know. It's like their first instinct to do what they want. Then they think like then when you like like they get like talked to like why are you doing this, they get questioned on why they did this and what was the reason for them to think that it was okay for them to do that. That's when they thought about the consequences. So but yeah, no more. Like I'm just I'm done. So is what time is it right now? It's 5 o'clock. Oh my goodness, it's 5 o'clock, and I told them no more TV for the rest of the day. No more TV for the rest of the day. Um, I say, look, you want your imagination to stay pure, and you wanna, improving your skills. They have a lot of art supplies in this house, and we have a. And I was, I was talking to them downstairs. When we moved, we lost majority of our things. Majority of our things, we lost it. The toys, everything. And when I look at the little, like, it's like a shelf with boxes, different size boxes, where they could organize their toys. Was supposed to be an organization box for them. I see the toys there and how it's overfilled. I'm like, wow, God has blessed my kids within the year, within 2 years we've been here. Like, we accumulated so many things. Like, it's almost like the same amount of things that we lost. So God is good. So they have the art supplies, they got their toys, they got their, they got, there's things that they need. So and I thank God for that. Because only God is able to do it. I wasn't able to do that. Um, but I told him, play with your toys. They got, like, my son. Well, they both got this Mario race car, like the Mario character race car remote control. Now my other son has a remote Sonic toy. My other son has, like, this green cyber space looking Android, not Android. What's the thing? Drone remote control device. Don't know the name of it. They have pretty cool things. So I'm really happy. So they are able to entertain themselves without the TV, and I'm done. I'm done. When I'm saying, like, when I heard my kids, yeah, I'm drinking soda again, guys, but they had, like, oh, guys, I don't know if the sale is over, but on Saturdays they have $5 off of 25 at Dollar General, and there was a sale. You could get a pack of six, the personal size bottles. It's not the can, and you pack a pack of six, and you get 3 packs for $6.36. And usually one pack costs like $7. So imagine $21 to $6. That is a deal. That's a steal. So I'm just sharing the information. If you have DG coupon app on your phone, you just clip it. Then when you go to the store, you just put in your number that the DG app is connected to, and you get the discount off your phone. So I so I went to go get that. Then I seen they had the Dr. Pepper cream soda, because I wanted to get the personal size bottle cream soda, vanilla one. But when I went to go get the sodas, it was already gone. So I ended up getting this. This is strawberry cream. I don't know if you see it. Strawberry cream. Strawberry cream. It tastes pretty good. I've been sipping on this since 2 o'clock. But they have a deal. So why did I get all these sodas? Because I thought I was going to be able to cook Sunday, not Sunday dinner. Well, which would be Sunday dinner. I was going to do New Year's Eve dinner, but I'm not in this, like, happy space, a happy state of mind to be like, oh, I'm gonna cook this, I'm gonna cook that, and then go clean, because I have to clean. I have to deep clean, then I have to cook, and then deep clean again. And I don't see myself doing all that. I don't want to add on to the mess that I already have to clean. No, I'm just like, mm. So I'm sorry, guys. I'm just talking too much, but um, that's why I bought all the sodas. Like, I started to get, like, the eggs. I got a cake to make for tomorrow, and I got some drinks. But I was like, nah. Like, I'm more like, it's 5 o'clock now. I still haven't gone to Walmart to get the other ingredients to make the American mac and cheese. Um, I got like a chicken in the freezer, but it won't be enough for us because my son's dad came to visit him for Christmas, so it won't be enough for everybody. My mom, so It's like that platter of chicken. My mom love chicken, guys. If I make a meal, a dish without chicken, is not a meal. It's not a complete meal. It could have the proteins from the vegetables, from the beans. It could have the vitamins and nutrients, but my mom say it's not a meal. Mm-mm. So that platter, and it's like a little bit of chicken. So um, it won't be enough. So I don't even know what I'm gonna cook tomorrow because I was supposed to like at least buy some ingredients today and prep. Because if I was gonna do the Haitian macaroni, not no, I'm not gonna. I really want to do Haitian macaroni pasta. Like, oh my goodness, guys, I don't know, something about it is so good, so good, so good, so good, so good. But like the beans, I was supposed to soak the beans right now and let it cook so I could cook it for tomorrow. What else I was supposed to do to prep? I was to see cleaning the chicken and season the kitchen, let the meat marinate. I wouldn't even have to marinate it. Like I wouldn't even have to season it a lot because if I'm doing American like barbecue chicken and I'm doing like buffalo chicken, my buffalo chicken is like I do it differently. I boil the chicken in the buffalo sauce, and like I would season it with the buffalo sauce and put a little bit different other seasoning, but I wouldn't put too much. I was supposed to do that tonight, so the flavors could be enhanced, like just penetrate inside the chicken. But I'm just thinking about like, and that was another thing too, like just thinking about I could be there more for my kids, like, but they're getting older. Like my kids are growing, like, and they're becoming like teenagers and stuff like that. So I'm uh, like what I need to have for my children, I don't have at the moment, and it's just like I get to those times where I can't mentally be like, okay, it's gonna be okay. You're working towards it. I'm just like right now, I'm just stuck in the part like, um, you you're not doing what you need to do, and I'm just beating myself up, and I'm asking God for forgiveness. Like, yeah, but that's why I say I'm not like in that good, happy place for me to cook all that food, So, and there's other things why I'm not doing a New Year's Eve dinner. So I'm just tired. Um, but last year New Year's Eve dinner was on and poppin'. It was so good. I just like the Haitian macaroni pasta. I don't know. I think that's what I want to make. Like for real, to tell you the truth, like make Haitian macaroni pasta and then make American mac and cheese. But I'm gonna wait until like I get money on my EBT card and I could buy like what I want to cook and then just do a dinner. Um, on my birthday, I didn't get to do a lot for my birthday. I did certain things that I wanted to do, but not everything. So I did order some things for me and the kids, my mom. So I'm gonna when it comes in, I'll be having some, what did I get? Video out. This year I really didn't put a lot of video like editing videos out. I put a lot of lives, like a live that I'm doing right now. I put in a lot of shorts, but there's also videos that I had already recorded that I have not edited that I need to put out, and I think it would be a good idea for me to put it in before the new year. But I haven't done a lot of videos like that, which I don't know. I'm just like I feel like I'm just doing what is easier for me, and I'm not trying to give up. I'm trying to be like active, because I do have a channel, and you guys, some like to like watch some of my videos, so I want to be more interactive with you guys, and that's one thing I did accomplish. Like, I met a lot of people on the on my live, like people that gave me advice. People that talk to me, like talk to my mom. Because one time I went on live, I was doing my mom's hair for her birthday. I colored her hair, washed it, treated. I pressed it. Ooh, my mama has some nice hair. Like she has some good hair. And I met some people in there. I gained a lot of subscribers. Oh, thank you for liking my live. I don't know who just liked my live, but thank you. I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry a little bit. Whew, I'm a hot mess right now. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Wow. Um, I'm a hot mess right now. But um so I met a lot of people in my lives. So that was one thing I wanted to accomplish this year, and I, I feel like I'm accomplishing it every single time, every single day, because it's not something I'm just gonna do for 1 year, and I'm not. I want to keep going on live, keep talking to you guys, and just being more, I don't know, open and transparent with all of you. I think I'm transparent, but not cut and paste transparency. I just wanted to give like the whole raw transparency, if that makes sense. Um, um, I'm just like a little crybaby, and I think and it's good to be like that, because you hold so much inside, and you become to have a hard interior, and you become desensitized just a little bit. So then I feel like myself just becoming more vulnerable and just gentle and soft, in which I need to be. I remember for my birthday, my son, um, they was like, "Oh, I want to get you something like that," and I'm like, "No, it's okay. I'm happy. I was able to do something for myself. I got a wig. I did my wig. I did the wig with you guys, and I got myself a nice sweater that I thought was amazing. That was cute. I got it at Walmart." But also the sweater made me know that I need to lose weight because I thought the sweater was gonna be baggy on me, but it was fitted on me. So, well, I got myself an outfit, and then it was other things I wanted to do, but I wasn't able to do. I wasn't fortunate to do it at the moment, but I'm still gonna do it. But my son had like a school event, like a fair, like a Christmas store stuff. So, um, my youngest son this year again, he got the money for me, and he came home. And when he came home, he was like, "Mom, um, look what I got for your birthday." And I was like, "What did you get?" And then he was like, he just got in the car. Like, as soon as he got in the car, he was like, "Mom, look what I got." And I'm like, "Oh, what did you get?" And then he got me a necklace. And then I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like, he got me a nice necklace, and then he got me this like I wear like hair clips, and then he got me some hair clips, and I just started crying because I didn't expect my son to do that. I honestly didn't. I didn't expect anything, but the money that I got, and I told him the money was for you to buy something for you, whatever you wanted. But he was like, "Well, this is what I wanted to do," and then he got me this Rice Krispie treat, like it was like a Santa Claus Rice Krispie treat, well decorated as it. And then he got me this um hot chocolate bomb. Like there's like a ball of chocolate and there's marshmallows inside, and you put it in hot milk or hot water, and it becomes hot chocolate. And I just start crying, and I'm crying right now, but I was just like I couldn't control it. It was I don't know. And I'm a very like I realized another thing, and I'm honest. I'm very sentimental. Like if somebody gave me something, I like to I like to like it's like a sentiment to me. Like I hold on to it. I don't really wear jewelry like that, and I just bought a necklace for my birthday because I thought it was cute, and I had a certain look that I wanted to have that night, and that's why I bought a necklace. He saw me bought it, but and I wear like a bracelet or something like that, but I'm not like a jewelry person. So when he was visualizing what I wore for my birthday, and then he came in the car, and he was just, I didn't even get out the school parking lot. He was just giving me all these gifts, and I'm like, oh my god, because I didn't expect them to get me all of these things. I just thought he was gonna get him like a Sonic comic book or some type of toy for himself, which that's what the money was for. But he spent like the whole money on me, and I was so grateful and so appreciative. But something about me, it was just I was happy. I'm like, oh my god, you know, it just brought tears from my eyes. It's just I was like, oh my goodness, I haven't drunk the cocoa bomb yet, but the Rice Krispie treat, oh my goodness. We all took a bite because he only got one. So I took a bite. And then it took days. As I said, I'm very sentimental when it comes things that people gives me. Um, it took days for us to eat it. So when we finally ate it, he was like, "Mom, did you eat the Rice Krispie treat? What's the Rice Krispie treat?" And sometimes I think about it, I'm like, "Where's the Rice Krispie treat?" And then we finally got it at the moment, but I put it in a bag and I put it somewhere in the kitchen. I couldn't find it in the kitchen. That's how disorganized my kitchen is right now, which I need to clean. We finally found it, so it was me and him at the house. My older son was at basketball practice, and we look at the Rice Krispie treat. So the Rice Krispie treat was like this big or something. So we was like, okay, all right, we're gonna take. It was so funny. We're gonna take a bite on the top, which is the hat, and we're gonna take a bite on the bottom, which is the mustache. But in the middle, it had the eyes and the nose and the smile, right? So, guys, I bit the bottom, which is the mustache. The mustache contains white chocolate with white sprinkles. Guys, I wish my son bought two or three. Each one of us had one to ourselves because that Rice Krispie treat, it was fire. I didn't share it because, again, it was like something like, you know, it was like, it was private. So I didn't share it with you guys, but I wish I should have showed you the Rice Krispie treat because it was so good. Uh, so I took a bite of the mustache. He took another bite of the mustache. So it was the middle piece of the mustache and the top part of the Santa Claus. Then we took the bite of the hat. Guys, every time I took a bite, I was like, oh my goodness, this is so good. I don't want to share it, but I want to share it because it's good and there's only one. And he's looking at me, his eyes is glistering, just looking at me like, ooh, this is good, My turn. So he took a bite of the hat. So you had the middle part of the hat left, and then you had the middle part of the mustache left, and then you had the nose and the eyes left. And then we was like, okay, we have to save this piece for Noah. And then he's like, okay. But then he was eating one of the eyeballs, and I think he ate the nose. And I think the eyeballs were M&Ms. He was like, "Oh my goodness, this is M&Ms." I don't know if it's because it was just one. I don't think it was because it was just one Rice Krispie treat. It was the fact that it was so delicious, and the chocolate. It was, and I'm telling you, this is days after he gave it to me. It wasn't hard. It still melted. Oh, guys, it was good. Just trust me, it was good. So when my oldest son got in the car, and mind you, I took two bites. I took two bites. And it was pretty big because when my son got in the car, he looked at it, he bit it, he's like, no, thank you. I'm like, no, I was like, no, please try it. Just try it. He was like, no, thank you. So he goes, he bit it. He's like, oh. And then we all said, how much was the Rice Krispie treat? He was like $2. I'm like, okay, you need $8. Two for me, two for you. So $8. So you get like you would get four more. So you get $8. So we ended up not getting the Rice Krispie treat again, but it was so guys, that Rice Krispie treat was so good. I believe the chocolate bomb is gonna be good, but he had gotten that for my birthday, and I just started bawling. Like I'm a little crybaby. I'm a little crybaby. I hope some people may not like that, but it's okay. It's alright. But so when it just when I start seeing myself tearing up when somebody liked my life, it just got me to that place That place when I was in the car, and my kids just gave me all of that. And my oldest son have done stuff too. Like when we was back in Reading, it was my birthday. He drew. I think I posted it. He drew a birthday cake, like a 5-tier layer cake, and then we had these water balloons. He blew all of them up. And then when he blew all of them up, he was like, okay, mom. And he made signs that says happy birthday. He had pictures of me and him. He had a picture of me. And then he goes in, he's called me in his room. So I go in his room, and then as I go in his room, he goes in the bed and he just dropping all the balloons on the floor. Because there was a bunk bed and he was on top of the bunk bed. He just dropping the balloons on the floor. He's like, happy birthday, man. I was like, oh, it was so cute. I think I have a picture of it. I need to find it. I'm gonna try to remember to post it on my community tab. And there's like the little things that they have done that just makes me, oh my goodness, like oh my god, I'm just like, oh. So I'm like, I know that was another story, but um, that's why I'm a little bit like little things just get me like, ooh. But as I was saying, there's some things I wanted to do for my birthday. I haven't done it, so I'm gonna do it. So I think I'm gonna. And the plus, all of us had to do a birthday redo. I was trying to do it before the year's over, but I don't think it's gonna happen right now. But we all gonna do it. Me and my two kids, we all gonna do it. We're gonna do something really fun. But what else was I gonna say? So I don't know what I'm gonna cook for New Year's Eve dinner. I don't even know if I'm gonna have a New Year's Eve dinner. I don't want to do too much to exhaust myself because I do work on New Year's Day. Um, and I said I was gonna go take a nap, but I've been on here for like almost 2 hours, guys. I don't think that nap is coming. I don't think I'm gonna take a nap. Because if I take a nap, it's just gonna just really mess up my sleep cycle. Because as I said, like I went to work 3 o'clock in the afternoon yesterday. I didn't come from work until 7 in the morning because I was mandated to stay. Um, so um, yeah. So what else was I gonna say with you guys? But if I do cook something, oh yeah, I really see that some people that watch my videos likes the cooking videos, like the things I cook and stuff like that. I'm gonna try to do that too. I'm really excited because I remember I did a box opening like years ago. I think the last box opening I did was for the sugar drop oils, and I don't think I have done box openings. So I have through 2 boxes, actually 3 boxes coming through, but I don't know if they're gonna come all at the same time because I did 2 orders one night, and then that like it was like around 10, 11. I did the order, and then around like later on that day in the afternoon, I did another order. So I don't know if they're gonna come the same day, but if they don't come the same day, that's more content. But whenever they do come, I'm gonna do those content, God willing. I'm gonna be like, I'm a. I know it's coming, so I'm gonna do it. It's not like I'm setting goals and stuff. Well, it is a goal setting, but I know it's gonna happen because it's gonna come through. I have to do it. I have to do it because y'all know we know, and I have to share it because some of the things that I bought, I never um like I don't know. It's gonna be a surprise for me. It's gonna be a surprise for you. So it's gonna be really fun. Hi, Dion.
Um, I was gonna ask, what to like to eat because I'm kind of hungry.
You hungry? I don't know. I haven't been down in the kitchen. I haven't eaten. I only snack on my work snacks.
Yeah, I haven't eaten like 2 days. So
Stop lying! Don't say, Dion. We're on live. People don't really think you haven't eaten. What did you eat last night when I was at work?
I only ate like only like patty and like Doritos, but that's what I ate.
Okay, what did you
Then,
what did you eat the day before?
mm,
And you forgot mom did groceries. Yeah, I ate the sandwiches. Yeah, I ate the cereal. Yeah, I ate the yeah, I went to Dairy Queen. People don't really don't think you cannot be saying it just because you may be hungry at the moment, But you can't say you didn't eat for days. Mommy bought you Chinese food one time. Mommy bought you what else did I buy you? Mommy gave you your gift card to Dairy Queen. What else? Mommy bought groceries. She bread, lunch meat, cheese, cereal, milk, juice, and y'all had the tortitas, whatever you call it, and y'all finish it. And the burger. Boy, get out of here. You lying. Stop. Don't do that. Don't do that because people will think you for real. It's not funny. It's not fun.
Oh, you're awesome, Mom. You kind of.
Stop.
You going to put your
Oh,
snacking down?
wait. I need to tell y'all a joke.
Chill.
Here.
Chill
Let me say.
Chill on the Dr. Pepper and chill on
I did. Oh, you hear what he said? He said chill on the Dr. Pepper.
Chill on the Doritos. Yeah.
I just started eating Doritos, so stop. But let me tell you what my sister said. I think I told you guys this already, but I don't know if I ever told you the ending. Or maybe I did. So my son, last Sunday when we went to church, he was like, Mom, come over here. I need to tell you something. He was like, Mom, you look pregnant. And I was like, what? He was like, Mom, you look pregnant. And I go to my mom. So my son's standing one side and my mom's standing the other side. And I told my mom, like, Mom, my son, Dion said I look pregnant. And then my mom looked at me and she was like, oh, why don't you tell your son who you're pregnant for? And I'm like, what? And she's laughing. And I'm like, okay. Then my son said, Mom, come. I need to tell you something else. I'm like, what is it? He was like, Mom, you need to lose weight because people's gonna think you're pregnant. People gonna think you're pregnant, Mom. You need to lose the weight. And then I was like, okay. And I'm here laughing. Then I go talk to my mom again. I was like, Mom, what Noah? Hold on. I'm doing a live. Hold on. So hold on. So then he was like, here, Dion, get your soda. So he was like, so I told my mom what he said. I told my mom he said that I need to lose weight because I look pregnant. Then my mom was like, I told you need to pray on your stomach. I told you, didn't I tell you not? Didn't I told you to pray on your stomach? Okay. So we get home. So when we get home, and I was like, okay, I need to confess. I was like, I need to confess. I was like, Mom. Now this is I think I did tell you guys. I was when I was at my sister's house. I was like, I need to stop playing. And I was like, God, please cover me, please protect me. So I was like, I need to confess. I was like, Mom, this is who I'm pregnant by. I said, is Sprite can or Canada drink ginger ale? There's a potential two fathers. I know that's so wrong to joke about that, but then my mom was looking at me. Then my mom was like going with her brain. So was like, who's Sprite can and who's ginger ale Canada drink? Who's those two men that she's pregnant by, and she might be pregnant by? And I like still today, my mom's still looking at me like, who you-" and I'm like, my mom didn't get it, but I've been consuming a lot of sodas lately, especially when it came to like canned drinks when it's Sprite. And I like to mix with Sprite with like
High C.
like
Fruit punch.
yeah, fruit punch. And I wanted to try the Powerade with Sprite, but when I get them at the gas station, it tastes moldy. Like moldy. So so
And you get the fast food. You get the fast food.
oh yeah,
That
we
thing
got
tastes
Burger
good.
yeah. Burger King
It tastes
sodas is
good.
not bad.
Mhm.
It's pretty good. The Burger King sodas. The what else? Where else we get those drinks? I think that's the only spot.
Well, McDonald's.
No, we never. I don't get my drinks at McDonald's.
You never get
Wendy's,
McDonald's.
Wendy's.
Oh
Yeah, Wendy's. Yeah.
Yeah, cause like just like a month ago, remember the time where like when I was like with Nana and Carson and Noah, and then like we were like on vacation before, and then we saw you, and I
Mhm.
think so you had a drink, and it was like had sparkles and it was red. And I thought
Mm.
that's for
Yeah,
Prince.
yeah. That's for Punch and Sprite. It was pretty good, but I need to cool down, chill, because I did go like on like a 3-4 months free of soda, but I went back on it. But it's not as I think it is heavy because now I'm drinking Dr Pepper, strawberry
How about you
cream.
start fasting how about you start fasting? The only thing you should actually eat is like, let's see,
Well, I do need to fast, and I do fast one day out of the week, but
but
like the
that
done.
fasting doesn't seem true because
Well,
let's see, you're stacking
one thing I could fast.
like your belly. It looks like it
Oh
has
my
like
god.
like 4 layers. It looks like it has layers.
Oh, yeah. You see, I'm not making this up. Y'all hear this? He said your belly looks like it has 4 layers. Yo, it be your own kid, but I can fast for God to help me to be more disciplined and consistent.
Yeah, like
But I
10
can't
layers.
fast not to drink soda because it's more of a will in
It's
me.
a
Without
weakness. A weakness of your spray.
huh?
It's like a weakness of your spray and
It's not a
fresh.
weakness. That's not my weakness.
What's a weakness, man?
It's like a struggle. No, is it a struggle? What do you consider a struggle?
Alright, guys. Comment down below what is your weakness, and we can read it out.
There's only one person in my life, and I had one person like my life. Without me asking, that made me cry a little bit. It made me teared up a little bit. Just a
There's 2 people
little.
on.
Yeah.
How about you just do normal videos again? You know.
I know. I was just talking about that. I said this year I didn't really put a lot of editing videos out. Like I put a lot of live where I interact with a lot of different people and I met amazing people. But I think it's a good idea for me to put the old videos that I did. Like when I went to Walmart, we went to Walmart. I did some videos at Walmart. We did some videos, cooking videos. I did some get ready with me videos, and I realized my face routine my face routine on a budget is on and popping because the stuff I was using on my face, whoo, my face was like butter.
Butter.
Yeah, butter.
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 But yeah, guys. Yeah, but for my New Year's Eve, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I really want to do some American mac and cheese.
Today's New Year's Eve. You know that?
No, tomorrow's New Year's Eve.
Oh.
Today's is New Year's Eve.
Jinx.
Today's New Year's Eve. Like Christmas Eve. You ever heard of the saying, Merry Christmas Eve? I know that saying won't be the same, but that's a pretty cool saying. But
Just Eve.
and
after that is New Year's Eve. Guys, it's literally about to be 2024, guys. We're
2024.
2 days away. 2 days away.
A day away, actually. A day away in some hours.
A day away from New Year's Eve.
Oh.
We're 2 days. We're actually like 2 days away from like the new year, like the new year.
Yeah, New Year's. New Year's.
It's about to be 2024. Like I'm gonna miss this year. Like this year is like.
I'm not. I don't think I'm gonna miss this year, but I learned a lot. There's a lot of things I learned in this year.
Hey, mom. You have like things that's kind of like creepy, yeah. Like as soon as the year passes, it will never come back.
Yeah, that's true.
Like it's kind of like a week, like it'll come back, but like this year, like it won't come back.
And everybody's getting older. No babies up in here. No babies up in here. I can't even hold. I can't even hold my youngest son, guys. I can't even hold him.
Yeah.
I used to hold him.
Mom, yeah, hey mom. If you do get like a husband, and if you get pregnant, you could like 1,000 pounds. if I do you like this weight stacked up with a baby in
No,
your belly?
I would have to lose weight to get to have a kid. I would have
because
to.
only you have 2 babies or even 3, because like you're double layers.
Okay, let's get off the subject now. But what's it called?
True.
Yeah, I would have to lose weight. I seen this one content creator. She was talking about sauna jackets, and I'm like, oh, that sauna jacket, that outfit. No, she was talking about the sauna outfit, and I'm like, that sauna outfit looks cute. I should get one of those. Tell me why I have one already and I'm not using it. Like I have a lot of just like I was saying
You have a
downstairs.
lot of dresses.
I got a lot of stuff that could help me to, shed the weight off. But I'm not disciplined. I need my main thing. I think one thing I need to really like really take seriously, I think that small thing would help with greater
It's
things
goofy.
in life
Yep.
is becoming disciplined. Because I have like this arm thing where you could sweat your arms off. Well, not sweat your arm off, but it will help you like tone your arm. And then I have like the sauna jacket, like it's a over your head jacket. I have that. And I told you, I don't know if I showed you guys or I told you guys, I got a mat. So I'm able to work out on the mat. Like I could jump. I got a jump rope. It doesn't have weights on it, but I have weights that one of the sisters from the church back home gave me. You could put it around your wrist. Um, um, what else? I got a lot of stuff. So if, as I said, like mentally, I want to do it and I need to do it, and I was like, okay, I have a certain amount of time to do it, but I need to like put everything together and go, action, go. And I got things in my vicinity that can help me, but I'm just like, I don't know. I think I need to like fall in love with myself, meaning like to be
What?
take care of myself and want better for myself mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, all in every aspect. And like, always continue to put God first, because I got stuff in this house that can help me. Like like when I said there's no excuses, like I have no excuses. I have weights, I have jump rope, I have a mat now. I have this ball that I didn't inflate yet, but I don't even know how would I work out with that ball. But I got like YouTube that have workout videos.
Yeah, I usually start doing that because like when I was like in the summer, that you used to do it. For some
Yeah.
reason, you stopped.
Yeah, I just stopped. I just like I was working out, but all of
And
a
I used to
sudden
do
it's
it with you. Remember, I used to do it with you.
yeah, well, I didn't want you to do all the workouts with me because some of the workouts were dancing workouts. I love to dance. That's how I lost weight. The very first time when I shed a lot of weight, it was dancing, guys.
Oh yeah. When I was at in concert movie,
Yeah.
that's
So yeah, I was doing a lot of dance workouts, but uh, that's what another thing I said too. I said I wanted to go on live when I started to work out, and I never did that.
yeah.
I never did that. Like I did do videos of me working out, like a few years back. I did do videos of me doing jumping jacks and stuff like that, but
Yeah,
I
see,
never did that. Like I never did it again, and I never went on live. But I don't know. Maybe
probably just like
I don't know. Maybe what time is it?
it's like
I'm still like
it's 6:02.
6 to 2. It's still early. So maybe I come back on live and do a workout. I don't know. We'll see. Till like you hear me? I don't know. We'll see. I, I have a maybe I could open up some things.
I can't believe guys it's about to be 2024. I'm so excited for the new year.
2024. Let's go.
I don't miss this year. Man.
They said this year should be a year of blessing, like favor for a lot of people.
No, actually, that's a block. That's pretty good.
Yeah. Hey Noah. My Madison is in the building, guys. Madison is in the building. We got Noah in the building. Number what's his name? Number 32.
41.
Number 41 in the building on the court.
How you been?
I've been on live for like 2 hours and 41 minutes and 14 seconds.
That long?
Yeah, I've been on live.
So like.
We've been talking. I've been talking. I've been talking.
Has that been like so long? 2 hours went by?
Mm-hmm.
See, you've been doing this license 4 o'clock.
No, I've been doing the license too. I started and I stopped it because I was just. And then there was some messages that was popping up. I couldn't see it, but YouTube was monitoring, just like this one too. But YouTube was monitoring it, and then I just started again. So this one was like for 2 hours.
Why is the voice like that? Is your voice okay?
Well, I'm recovering. Duh. Zippy lining thingies. But guys, it was nice talking to you all.
Mm-hmm.
I got sodas. I have a can of, so I got a box of this. I think it has 12 in it. And then I have a box of cherry Coke.
Where?
Then I got a 6 packs of Dr. Pepper in the car. I kind of ran out of drinks because I thought I was gonna do New Year's Eve dinner, but like I did last year. Remember when I did the Haitian macaroni pasta, the black beans and the rice,
So is that
the
chicken in the
veggies?
stove? Is that for you?
That's from my grandma. Grandma's cooking that, but I'm not. I don't think I'm cooking that extravagant dinner right
Can you
now.
just make baked mac and cheese?
No, because it, when I well, I wanted to do macaroni, American macaroni, baked macaroni. But guys, I have another thing to say. So for Thanksgiving, I finally did Haitian mac and cheese, macaroni gratin, and it's been years that I haven't made it. I I didn't even get to enjoy it. My kids, soon as, I don't understand. Like they got a piece, and I went back to get like thirds, and it's not even considered the thirds because when you cook the food, you don't really have a good plate. So it was the leftover that I consider seconds, but it was technically the first. So when I went back to go get a good piece to eat, it was gone. Oh, and after everybody ate already, I was, I was sad. I was really sad. I was disappointed, but um, I made that. Ow, my toes! I made that for I
Keep
made
it again.
that.
Keep it again.
No, I wanted to make.
Why can't I make it again?
Yeah.
Oh, you can't really see us.
Why can't I make it again at all?
You can't really see us, guys. But the reason I'm not making it again because I wasn't planning to make Haitian mac and cheese. I was planning to make American mac and cheese.
But that's really super good, Mom.
American mac and cheese is good too.
How do you Haitian? Like, if it's more like
It's like the ingredients and the steps that you take to make it. There's different steps.
Oh, like that thing is like super good. That thing is like an Italian food or something like that.
Nah, that's not Italian. Because Italian food, well, I don't even know how Italian food should taste like. Tell the truth. Besides like spaghetti and meatballs and lasagna. And
You look. Can you make a
it's
lasagna,
a pizza
please?
from Italy. I don't even know if
With
it's
the
like
tomato sauce.
a
ingredient.
tomato sauce. Yeah, but
Yeah.
No, because
But I
America
wanna
made the noodles.
And
of
is
that
this girl?
Italy.
I wanna.
That thing is so good,
Why
but
is
you
it loud?
you don't understand. That
But
thing,
Yeah,
I
can you
wanna.
make
Well,
lasagna?
this is girl. She was on Gordon Ramsay mentoring
Why
chef
is your name
whatever.
like that?
Huh?
Yeah, nothing.
What?
wait, was you like
What
Gordon
is this, Chris?
Ramsay?
Oh yeah.
Can you stop screaming? Like
It's
that?
this girl. She was on Gordon Ramsay. Like she was like basically a mentee for him, and she has a recipe of mac and cheese recipe. I want to follow it, and Gordon Ramsay recipes sometimes are really 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 good. Because I remember I learned how to season a turkey from using one of Gordon Ramsay advice videos, and guys, that
Oh,
thing was bomb. Like it was fire.
But there is
Mom,
this other channel, like this guy, he's friends with Gordon Ramsay,
Oh,
and you should check him out. Like,
oh,
we me and Dion watch
hey,
him.
Mom,
No.
how
I'm
come
listening.
how come before our microwave didn't get busted? Why did you get like that microwave Gordon Ramsay food before? Why did you get it?
Like a food or a microwave?
Microwave food that was at Walmart.
Wait, like it was a food that you could heat up, or was a microwave?
It was the one that you heat up. It was at Walmart.
Oh, I never knew. I didn't ever see
I
that.
showed you.
We showed you. You
Maybe I
like
wasn't-
not today.
I don't remember it. I don't remember it.
How you know
Because when we at Walmart, if I'm at Walmart for something, there's a reason why I'm at Walmart. I'm not like going to go exploring other things. So maybe I wasn't like focusing. Because yes, there's a possibility you guys did tell me. I do believe that, but
There's
I don't
two
remember.
people watching.
I don't remember seeing that
Gordon Ramsay.
TV dinner. But Gordon Ramsay recipes are good. So that one girl, she has a mac
But
and
you
cheese.
could have literally
You're so
just
loud.
you could have literally
She
just
has-
get it. You didn't know how to
Be
order
quiet.
anything.
Oh my goodness. Okay, can I say what I have to say?
Yeah, sure.
She has a recipe online that I want to follow. It seemed like it's gonna be good, so I want to do that. And what else? I don't know if I'm gonna make two pasta, but the pasta Haitian pasta that would be something that I had to make yesterday, so everything could settle in, or make it this morning or made it when I woke up. That everything settled in so it could be ready for tomorrow. Um, for some reason, lately I've been liking potato salad, trying to make my own potato salad. For some reason, my kids like this one thing I do, which I was surprised. I boiled this potato, and then when I boiled it, and then I had like I made chicken with stew, like chicken with sauce, and I took the sauce, I put the sauce on the potato, and I put mayonnaise on the potato, and the potato was hot. But my kids liked it, and I liked it. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't shocked that they really, really liked it.
Stop.
So, but yeah, guys, it was so great talking to you guys for like almost 3 hours.
Dion, you kicked me.
Dion, be careful.
Sorry.
Almost 3 hours. I hope you guys have a good New Year's evening. You're on me.
Can I see? What?
Well, Dion, go.
Yeah, go over there. Go
What?
over there. But yeah, close the door. Close the door, please.
Oh, sorry.
What was I gonna say?
Mm-mm.
I hope you guys have a good New Year's. Go over there, please.
I'm hungry.
Oh,
Mhm.
Lord, okay, I'm about to get off. I hope you guys have a good New Year's evening. I just wanted to say it again because the tongue twister. New Year's evening. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for the like. I didn't see the person that liked the video. I really appreciate you. Um, I really do.
I never heard something that liked it.
Yeah, that was.
It's like the first
I
time.
mean, that's not the first time, but it's the first time me not accidentally just did it, and that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool.
Like, we're not usually like having like anybody like their lives. They put like that come in our lives.
The pastor just texted us.
Like, what he wants to do? Does he want to know what to do in the verse?
No, pastor
No, do it
from the
like
rich
that.
church.
Stop
Okay, no,
stepping on me.
don't do that. Don't do that.
No.
Okay, guys.
You're getting on my nerves. Like you always have to. hit
Happy
everyone.
New Year's. I love you guys. Nice talking to you guys. Oh yeah, when I improve the hairstyle that I have as a thumbnail for this live, I'm gonna be coming on too. I'm gonna be coming on too. Oh, at my one job, this is resident that like for me to braid her hair. So I braid her hair like 2 times. Um, at my job, she wanted the braids like me, the braids I have right now. So I did that for her the other day, and um, I did 2 braids the first time. She said she likes it. She said everybody says she looks good. Then she's cute. She's a cute lady, and she's Hispanic. So I try to speak Spanish a little bit or the Spanish. I told her "Espérate un momento." She's like, "Oh, you speak Spanish?" I was like, "Ah." Habla español poquito. I told her I understand Spanish a little bit. She's like, "Oh, you said "Espérate" so good." But okay. But guys, it was nice talking to you guys. I was supposed to take a nap, but
And I'm hungry.
oh my goodness, you said that. All right, love you guys. Oh, bye. Yo, I was on there for like.